What's up, community? I'm back today with another live stream. Excited to be here with you all. And today we have exciting content. We are going to literally dive again into Next.js, which is, a very popular JavaScript framework. The last time I touched on Next.js was probably and I cannot even remember, 4 years ago, I think. And there is probably a lot of new things that I don't even know. So we are going to discover all of that together. Josh, AIQ, what's up? Nice to see you, dude. And thank you so much for the Prime subscription. 4 months already. I really appreciate your support. Denosu, what's up, dude? Diabel, nice to see you. Charlie French Boy, Motroloy, CV Timal, what's up, everyone? And also, of course, from YouTube, Yashvav, nice to see you, dude. Someone on Twitter is asking if it's Next is better than Nuxt. I have literally no idea. I have played very little or nothing with those two frameworks, honestly. Typically, I just build my apps with, Laravel, and then I just choose React or Livewire for the front end. So I know very little to nothing regarding Next.js, so we are going to find out all of that together, okay? So that's the goal for today. Before we get started, we're going to dive into Next.js. I don't know if you guys are excited about this. I am kind of excited. I don't know yet. A little bit maybe. But we are going to try Next.js. I have already set up the repo. And there is a few things. There was prompt on the installation process where I know very little about it. He asked me if I wanted everything on the source directory, if I wanted some sort of, how is it called? BM as well. So I don't know none about this. This is literally new for me. We're going to discover all of this today. Yashaf is saying it's really good timing because I am decided if I will use Next for my next app or stick with Inertia. I think it's uncomparable in the sense that you would use Inertia if you want a Laravel backend and the React Vue frontend. I think the documentation today on how combine Next.js with Laravel, it's kind of limited at the moment. It's probably one of the biggest reasons why I want to try Next.js today, to get super familiar with Next.js apps and potentially kind of fill the bridge in making this integration a little bit better with Laravel, okay? I'm going to try Next.js. So only Next.js, that's right. That's the goal today, okay? Before we get started, chat, we have business. We have business to talk about. New YouTube video on my YouTube channel. Call it, I did a very little code review. So this video is literally about a code review I have done on the real Laravel app, okay? So I'm going to send you the link. Make sure you check that out. Is a new Laravel video, a new PHP content where I'm going to go and review a full Laravel app here on stream. And also, I captured the best moments to a YouTube video. Okay, so go check that video. Put a like on that video, add a comment if you see something interesting, and let me know what you think. What else do we have to talk about? Boom, that's it, I think. Check Laravel at laracast.com if you want to learn and be better with Laravel and PHP development. So let me know what you think about this. Sponsor slots, what do you mean? What do you mean? Check laracast.com if you want to be better with PHP and Laravel development. This is the place where I've learned everything I knew. So check laracast.com if you want to be better with that. Talking about Laracast, today we are building something too. We are going to build a stupid blog with Next.js. So here's a repo. Okay, I already create the repo so you guys can see the code too. So you guys can jump into that and also kind of help me out with Next.js. This is the first time I'm trying Next.js in a while. Last time was probably 4 years ago. I barely remember anything, if anything, to be honest with you. Josh Iaku is saying, getting a lifetime subscription to Laracast was the best decision I have ever made. I feel you, dude. I totally feel you. And that being said, let's just jump into some of this stuff. So today, I think the goal will be building a stupid blog, literally a stupid blog. So we are going to try to come up with a list of articles. We are going to click on articles, which ideally would be dynamic. And we are going to see all of that with a nice design, hopefully crafted by Junie. Next.js comes with a bunch of dependencies that I do like, including Tailwind CSS. Here we go. So it comes with Tailwind CSS by default, and maybe we can talk a little bit about that, all right? So let's jump into the Next.js documentation. And this is the Next.js documentation, so next.js.org, obviously comes with this beautiful website. You can click on Get Started to literally know how to get started, and then you jump into the installation process to install this locally. Now, it comes with installation documentation for the various package managers of JavaScript. In reality, JavaScript community has a bunch of various JavaScript package management libraries. In PHP, we have one, call it Composer, okay? So in JavaScript, there is a bunch of them, including PNPM, NPM, Yarn, and Bum. And the story of them, I think NPM was the very first one, then Yarn came, and then Yarn left again, and then it was NPM again, and then there is like PNPM and Bum. So I think that's the story. I'm not sure about that. Let me know in the chat, what do you think? Mateus Junges, nice to see you. What's up? And CF, what's up? Nice to see you. Welcome to the chat, dudes. Today we are building a Next.js application all together, diving into the documentation once again. It's been a while since the last time I've tried Next.js, so I'm excited about this. We are going to choose npm because it's the one I have locally, okay? So I've run this command already, and this prompted me about a few things. One of them is, where do I want to put things? And I selected that I want things within the source directory. Also asked me if I want BMJS or ESLint, which tells me that on the JavaScript community currently, there is probably a split between ESLint and BMJS, which is probably something new. Okay, and obviously there is Reddit posts. There is also articles out there. Let's read this real quick. So what is Biome? Is a command line tool to replace ESLint, Prettier, and more. It's written on Rust, aka it's faster, I think. So it's a formatter and a linter in one. Okay. Comes with static analysis too. Okay, interesting. What else? Core differences. Okay, let's see this. So in terms of formatting, it's like Prettier, and ESLint requires Prettier. Okay. In terms of linting, it's built in. ESLint is powerful but requires plugins. Okay. In terms of configuration, we have a single JSON file. And obviously with ESLint, we have one for ESLint and another one for Prettier. In terms of performance, Biome is faster, while ESLint is slower. Interesting. Let me run Biome real quick locally. I'm going to push this all the way up. By the way, chat, let me know how the font is. The font should be okay, but you know, you guys may like the font a little bit different. Let me know. I'm going to put this into a 24 or 25 maybe. Here we go, a little bit bigger. Using PHP Storm for development, by the way. Okay. Diabel is saying the following. PNPM is, I will never know how to say this word. PNPM. PNPM. Look at nice with Theo is video. Oh, interesting. So Theo made a video about this? That's interesting. Okay. Coder Nerd is saying the following. Why are you live? Stay away from this framework if you value your sanity. Oh, really? Oh my God. No more cappuccino. I don't know, man. We could use cappuccino, but I think this I'm liking this theme. The contrast of this theme is actually quite cool. You know, I like it. I like it. Hey, what's up? Nice to see you, dude. All right, so let's run Biome locally. So Biome is a linter, meaning it can be run locally. I'm going to click on, exactly, package.json to see the scripts, okay? And one of those scripts is format, meaning that I can type npm run format to actually format my code. Here we go, 8 files formatted in 5 milliseconds. This is the equivalent of pint on the Laravel world at the moment, by the way. So if I click on this, and I do some dummy stuff like this, I expect this to be formatted. Here we go. Interesting. Interesting, my friends. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Let me open here the Twitch management tool on my phone real quick, chat. If you guys don't mind. Here we go. Here we go. Pint will always be better. I agree with you, dude. Just no, seriously, the output of Pint is undeniably better. If you just look at the terminal, this it says formatted 8 files. Pint will give you something a little bit better than this. I may be able to run Pint on this. Let me try. Nah, I don't have that globally available. Never mind. But yeah, this is the equivalent of Pint. And maybe we can just start by looking into the folder structure, which looks a little bit different from Laravel, at least, because we have a .next all the way top. I believe this exactly. It's exactly for the temporary build files, okay? So every time you run, I don't know, something like npm run dev or npm run build, this should be the temporary static assets or the temporary static build files that are used and cached behind the scenes too. So all of that within .next, which hopefully should be within git ignore. Here we go, obviously. Then we have node modules, the equivalent of vendor in the PHP world. We have the public folder, which obviously contains public assets. Then we have the source directory, which contains the source code. Now, something a little bit odd, and you find this odd, and I find this odd too, is that within the source code, you will find, things like this, .ico or .css, and honestly, everything is route-based, meaning that with Next.js, they have this approach of file-based routing, which I don't know if they offer any other solution. I would kind of love to explore that too. I don't know if they have documentation just about routing, but if they do, I would love to know if they support, explicit routing, just like Laravel does. Yeah, I don't think they do, meaning that everything is like, file-based in some sense. And yeah, so in Next.js, if you go to /5econ, you will hit this small thing right here. If you hit /globals.css on the browser, you will hit this. If you hit anything else, or better, if you just hit the route itself, you will hit this page.tsx, which is kind of different from the usual, okay? Nima, what's up? Nice to see you. Yamsad, nice to see you too. Hey, Adrian, nice to see you. We have our own biome in PHP too? That's interesting, Adrian. That's interesting. So you mean like another linter? Yet another linter, you mean? Mago is an extremely fast PHP linter, formatter, and static analyzer written in Rust. Why is the first time I'm checking this? Serious? So they are building this from scratch? It's crazy. All right. Looks like we need to give this a try in the next live stream. What do you guys think? Looks good, honestly. It looks good. We may have to do a dedicated stream exploring this tool, man. It might be cool, actually. Boo, boo, boo. By the way, chat, if you just arrived, my name is Nuno Maduro, PHP and Laravel developer. I love what I do, streaming Mondays, Wednesday, and Friday. Today, I have published a new YouTube video where I have done a code review. If you guys want to see a very experiment Laravel developer code reviewing something, here we go, a full video of 20 minutes doing a full code review of a community project. If you want to see more of those, please put a like on this video and let me know what do you think. That being said, I'm going to go back into the Next.js. We were kind of exploring a little bit the full structure, and we're just realizing that indeed, it kind of relies a little bit on the files of the system to kind of build this file-based routing. And we can literally use this. So I think if I go here, and if I type something like, let's type a new file, for example, let's call this Nuno Nation, for example. So nunonation.txx, here we go. And then we type export function, and then we get a nice auto completion from PHP Storm. Okay, should I call this Nuno Nation? Interesting. Interesting. So it would be default function. Okay. Nuno nation, and then I return hello chat, right? And this is already running, meaning that I go here and I type Nuno Nation and I don't see anything. Perfect. It's just working. What I did wrong. Oh my God. Oh, do I need to create like a separate folder? Something like a folder with the name Nuno Nation and then a page inside? Do I have to do that? It might be that actually. Yeah, it might be that indeed. So let's try that. So let's type here Nuno Nation as a folder, move that shit inside, and then call this just page. And now, apparently I do need to rename this to page. So that's done, meaning that now, oh, that was automatically, not bad. Oh, they have that thing that Vite also offers. This might actually come from Vite. I love this. I honestly would love to see this on Laravel too. Just with regular blades in Livewire stuff, you know, where you are just basically just changing things and it automatically or automagically that just happen on the browser. What is this? Oh, tells you like, interesting. So tells you like which layout this is using, but also what is the page like answering this shit. This is not bad. So this is the layout.tx. So if I go here, so it should be this one, right? If I type this, I see that. Oh, here we go. That's interesting. So this uses the nested layout basically. So everything like nested within this folder will end up using this base layout. And that information was given thanks to this nice helper on the bottom left. By the way, chat, something that you might don't know is that as a framework developer like I am, something that happens often is that ideas for the Laravel ecosystem, for the PHP ecosystem in general, sometimes they come from other ecosystems, so sometimes I do have to play with these frameworks to see how they behave and what they offer, because I might bring ideas for the PHP world that work that way. One example is the Go Formatter tool, which was kind of important before building Laravel Pint. Obviously, Jest before building Pest. And, sometimes it's important to dive into these things to understand how they work, so I can actually bring some of that to the PHP world too. I must say that this small bottom left icon is actually interesting. Gives you some nice in-page information about the current route. That's not bad, okay? So this is how file-based routing works on Next, okay? By the way, chat, write on the chat if you have tried Next.js. Say yes if you have tried Next.js. Say no if you haven't tried Next.js. And today, yes, we are trying Next.js for the first time. If you enjoyed this live stream, go all the way down and put a like on this video. Agent is saying, funny that John tweeted this today. Who is John, dude? Who is John? Oh, okay. This guy is super into, experiments on Blade. I would love to see what he's actually doing, because I think he does a lot of experiments, but I didn't saw his work being published yet, I think. All right, what do we have here? Oh, he's the Blade guy? Absolutely, absolutely. So, never tried Next.js. Interesting. Run, what's up? Nice to see you. First time chat. We see yes, no, only one time, no again. And a bunch of you are saying yes. So, you guys are going to help me out understanding how Next.js actually works. Rune is asking me if I am Portuguese. Yes, that's right. I'm Portuguese. I'm living close to Lisbon at the moment. Where are you from, by the way? So file-based routing, that's interesting. And we were able to kind of infer that. I think the very first time I've tried Next.js a couple of years ago, it was already like this. Maybe, not sure, cannot remember. Anyways, let's remove this. We don't need this anymore. So that's within app. So one question I have here is that if this is like all of my routing within app, If I want to set up like a support or a lib, where that would be. Anyways, .git ignore, biome.json, blah, blah, blue. This is the equivalent of pint.json. We have a Next.js configuration file, which is hopefully takes configuration stuff. What else do we have? We have a .env file. We have a package.json, equivalent of the composer.json. Oh yeah, composer.json, with a bunch of scripts, okay? So we can run npm run dev for serving the application locally, npm run build in production. We have the start, which I don't know the difference between start and dev. So we are going to try this. So npm run dev literally runs a local server. So what it does, npm run start, does nothing. That's perfect. That's perfect. What is this? Oh, I think this is the production server, maybe? So we type npm run build. Right, and this compiles the actually app to a production build asset. Here we go. And then we type npm run start on the actual server. Interesting. Right, because when we are dealing with PHP, we obviously have, you know, this script that just dies, but not with Node, basically. So, oh yeah, we're absolutely using npm run dev, that's for sure. Tinampa is asking, using past, how do you expect, let's say, when testing a complex TP query? You know, when running past and testing queries, I typically isolate, you know, a testing file just for that query. And I just give, you know, all the arguments and I test all the possible outcomes. So I literally use, you know, a lot of factories, seeders and everything, and just test that the select is doing the expected outcome. That's it, okay? Hey, Space, nice to see you, man. How you doing? Nice to see you, man. Rune is saying the following. Have you already seen that is two types of routing? You have app and you have pages. At the moment, you are using the app router from what I have seen. Interesting. So what is pages? Let's click here on the documentation and actually understand what is pages. So this is what I'm using at the moment. Okay, this is what I'm using at the moment. Let's search for app router. Oh, here we go. It's literally the first one. Oh, I can swap between the app router and the pages router, and the all documentation will just boom, 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 adjust themselves. Interesting. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. So what is exactly the difference though, right? Because let's click here on using pages router. Let's, for example, understand, oh my God. So it's a pages folder, that's for sure. What else? Oh, I just type index, that's it. Let's try that. Can I have both at the same time? Because that would be interesting. So let's go here and create a new folder with the name pages. And let's just type index.ts. And I guess here is the same convention, export default function index maybe. And then I just return something. That's it. That's it, Nuno Nation. Let's see. Hello, Nuno Nation. Will this even work? It's crazy that we have built kind of exactly the same thing with Laravel Folio. Okay. Will this work? Wait, what? What am I doing even? Oh, I may have to do like, let's do this. Nuno Nation, and then type this inside. Okay, how about now? Oops, not working. Not working, chat. Not working. Not working. No. So Pages is the older version. Okay. Yeah, let's go with just the app router. At least we know how it works now. So let's go with the app router. It's working as expected. So app router, basically, you just have to type page to serve something from this endpoint. If you want a nested domain or nested URL, basically, you just create a new folder. Bam, boom, boom, boom. It just works. So that's expected. Again, beyond.json for the pint.json. We have a package.json for the composer.json. Which set of dependencies do we have? We have obviously React, of course, Next itself. We have TypeScript, and I believe that TypeScript will just run when you type npm run dev, I think. Meaning that if I make a JavaScript mistake, let's do something like a little bit stupid. I don't know. This should already campaign. Now let me do something really nonsense. Like, something like this. Const a equals to, I don't know, something really nonsense like this. So obviously this is not type safe, meaning that if I run this, it does not fail. What is the equivalent of the no emit thing? I literally forgot. It's been such a time that I don't run this. So how do I run TypeScript against this? I rinse the entire project, basically, like I would do with PHP Stan. Do we have anything on that? Do I need to type npm run like this? No? Oh my god. How to run TypeScript on every file Next.js. npx tsx, right? But npx is like the global tool, right? But let's try it out. Oh, it works. Nice. Thank you, dude. Appreciate that. I was wondering if I can have literally that on my package.json, like only run the dev script if you can compile the assets. You know what I mean? That's weird. Oh, it's this. That's why it was not working. Oh, it's not? Can I do this? Let's try this. Oh, much better. Finally, we have something that works. Okay, so now I can just come here, fix the issue, have a type safe project, and this will compile. Here we go. Perfect. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, the lint should also do that? Interesting. Let me check. Oh, maybe that's why they don't just have like a TypeScript command. Maybe like that Beyond project will just complain about this. And it does. Well, it does complain about the spacing. So let's type npm run format, for example. Yeah, this does not exactly does what I want to. Yeah, let's just keep that npx TypeScript check before running the server itself. So we have actually type safety before running the server. Here we go, much better. So it's complaining, obviously, so we can just fix this real quick. And it's working now, perfect. So again, let's check the dependencies again. TypeScript, obviously, we have types for Node, for React. We have Tailwind with PostCSS installed. In case you don't know what is PostCSS, it's basically a way of instructing Tailwind of the classes that are not being used, and then you just stripped out those classes, making your CSS build file a little bit smaller. Tailwind CSS v4 in the Beyond project too. That's interesting. What else? PostCSS configuration file, the README, and then the TS configuration. I don't know if TypeScript is like it used to be back in the days. Back in the days, the TypeScript that came by default was actually quite poor in the sense that it was not just good enough. And we had to come up with a bunch of plugins for TypeScript to make it a little bit more strict. So I don't know how it's behaving now. But back in the days, you would have to tweak a bunch of various options to make it super type safe. We're going to create a multiple pages app at the moment. Oh yeah, I knew that was a no emit thing. Here we go. The new emit is basically just go to every single file, I think. I cannot even remember, but I think that was it. Oh no, it's basically to not compile output files. Okay, interesting. Anyways, I'm gonna add that to the script itself. Here we go. All right, perfect. I think I'm happy with this at the moment. Let's actually start building something with this. Anyway, chat, if you just arrived, my name is Nuno, PHP and Laravel developer. If you enjoy today's content, go all the way down and like the video if you want to see more of Next.js here. Hopefully, we're going to build a Next.js app with Laravel at some point. That's kind of the ultimate goal. Not sure if I'm doing that on stream, but that's something I want to do. I want to basically have like a front end very super well paired with Laravel on the back end. Okay. So let's actually make something now. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a page for the blog. So maybe let's go here. Oh, to be honest, maybe the blog will be just here on the homepage. Yeah, let's actually do that. Just have the blog on the homepage. So I'm going to remove the footer and pretty much all of the entire content of the page, just like that. So we should have an empty page, literally nothing at all. Here we go, literally an empty page. And the first thing we are going to see is a list of articles. So I think I'm going to just ask Junie to make this a little bit beautiful. Should I do that now or maybe later? Maybe later. Let's make something a little bit dummy, like welcome to my blog. And then just go all the way down. Let's create here, for example, just a list of posts, which will be empty for now. And then if we don't have nothing, no posts yet, perfect. If we have anything whatsoever, we just walk on them. Yep. Something really dummy. I don't even care about the generated HTML because we'll be just fully redone at the future. Okay. So this should be good. So no posts whatsoever. Interesting. Why is it complaining though? Implicit any. Interesting. H1 does not exist? Oh, it's not a hi. What the fuck? I'm using a very contrast dark theme at the moment. It's called, let me see. Here we go. GitHub dark high contrast. Okay. I don't think it's like a perfect theme, but I kind of like it at the moment. Adrian is saying, I'm hearing that Henny is the solution for any TypeScript problems. No. We are not doing that, dude. We are not doing that. We are literally doing proper TypeScript code. You know what I mean? So what type of things do we have? Do we have an ID? I guess we don't care about the ID at the moment. We have a title. We have an excerpt. And that's it. Okay? That will be an empty thing at the moment. Do we want to create a folder just for types? I guess yes. Let's create a folder just for types. Let's go here to the main directory and create a types folder. And maybe let's just go here and create like a domain.ts. Okay? It's been a while that I don't do this, but I think I can just export type post, and this will have a couple of attributes. Let's go with title, excerpt in the actual content. I think this will do for now. And this is exporting, meaning that I can just go back and I can import this all the way top. So let's just type here import post from types. And now I can just replace this with our small post type. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Would be kind of cool if this beyond thing would just run automatically and format my code for me on save. Does that even exist? I have literally no idea. You guys, Next.js developers, just let me know if there is any kind of, anything that just runs that on save. Because it would be kind of cool to have the code automatically formatted for me. So TypeScript wants an ID for the key. I don't want to give that. Let's see if how Next.js behaves with that. Okay. All right, it's working. Hopefully we don't have anything. However, if I were to have a dummy blog post, so let's just type here something really stupid, just like this one. Here we go. Will that be? Well, we'll render this, which is not ideal. It's not beautiful, but it will work at the moment. We have an issue. What is this? Each child needs to have an unique key. Oh no. Isn't life wired that literally does not require keys anymore? It's so annoying. Jesus Christ. All right, let's give him the key he wants. Let's give him the key he wants, chat. All right, the key will be an ID. Here we go. You happy now? You happy now? So that would be right here, post ID. How about now? Yes, next is happy. Yes, 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 yes. Would be kind of cool, chat, if this would be like an AI chat thing. Can you guys imagine if this will be just an AI thing? We'll just literally, with a button, like fix my issue thing. Search for the Beyond plugin on PHP Storm. That's a good point. Because, I mean, a lot of people use PHP Storm also for Next.js development, I feel. So maybe there is like a plugin for that. Let's go here to plugins and let's search Biome. Search on the marketplace. Here we go. Biome, is that the one? Maybe. Let's install it. Okay, it's installed. So what I really want is like a format on save. So let's see if Biome provides that. Where do I even configure this? Why you guys are so much smarter than me? Jesus Christ, I never know what is stuff, how to do things. It's just crazy. You guys know everything. I'm not a fan of snippets champ, no. Okay. All right, someone is saying go to tools, actions, and then actions on save. Okay, so tools, actions on save. Here we go. Reformat code. Is that the one though? So I just click this. Oh, run Biome format. I think that's it. Okay, run Biome format. I think that's it. Okay. Here we go. Much better. So I'm literally just, I did this, you see? And now, as you guys can see, I'm going to just press Control S. Bam, it just automatically formats everything. Much, much better. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Isn't Web Store more appropriate? I have no idea, dude. What inspires me to try Next.js? You know, as a framework developer, I kind of have to try these things every now and then. In case you don't know, chat, my name is Nuno Maduro, PHP and Laravel developer, also a core team member at Laravel. And today I'm trying Next.js. The last time I've tried Next.js was like 4 years ago. I barely remember anything, to be honest. It's still JavaScript, TypeScript, so I'm kind of familiar with it. And yeah, if you enjoy the type of content I produce, go all the way down and put a like on this video. That's a very, very, very important thing. Today I'm live on YouTube, Twitch, Kik, TikTok, Twitter, pretty much every single place. So if you enjoy this type of content, give me a like on this video. And by the way, chat, today I've published a new YouTube video. Call it I Did a Small Code Review. So if you guys want to see this video, put a like on it because I'm literally doing code reviews on my YouTube channel every single time. I have videos about Laravel, videos about PHP, videos about pretty much everything, every single thing in the world, okay? All right, let's go back. So we have a post. Is that post even working? I think it's working, right? So if I go here, I see the post. Next step, I need to click on the post and actually see the post itself, okay? So I need to move this stuff to an actual repository of posts, okay? To some sort of repositories of posts. So I think what I will do here is that I'm going to create a folder with the name repositories. And then I'm going to create a new file with the name posts.ts. Okay? Now, this will return me back the post. So I'm going to just type export function get posts. Exactly that. Thank you so much, GitHub Copilot. That's exactly what I want. And this will return me back an array of posts. Here we go. Exactly what I want. So this is literally TypeScript, by the way, in case you haven't done yet. It allows you to be a little bit more type-safe, a little bit, but yeah. Next stream about jQuery? I don't think. No. I don't think so. Would be kind of cool to see how jQuery is behaving at the moment. Probably jQuery is much different from back in the days. I have literally no idea, man. Yeah, I know we will be automatically inferred. However, undeniably, this won't infer that same type. We'll just infer an object with those keys. And I actually want to infer this contract. So I'm going to keep this for now, if you don't mind, chat, if you don't mind, okay? So let's go back and adjust our page to actually fetch the posts from that place. By the way, in case you don't know, we are talking about server-side rendering. This is exactly how PHP works today, okay? People think that Next.js is literally like JavaScript front-end stuff. It is, okay, with client-side components. However, what we are doing today will effectively do some round trips, meaning that, if you click on a different page, we'll effectively go to the backend, fetch that page, return back to HTML. So we'll work a little bit that way, okay? So let's actually fetch the posts from that repository. So let's just type here, posts is equal to get posts. In here, I'm going to use type inference, okay? As you can see here, we are actually getting nice type inference, which is one of my favorite things ever. A lot of people in the PHP world, they confuse type safety with being explicit with types, which is something very different. Something I don't need to do here is this. I don't need to do this because the type of this variable is inferred from the function. You guys know what I mean? So you kind of want to leverage a little bit that type safety and type inference that TypeScript gives you, okay? So this should just be working. At some point, we might need to write some tests into this, but let's not do it for now. And here we go. It's working as expected. We have exactly the same result, meaning that now we are going to do that post situation. Let's keep it stupidly simple and maybe work with the ID. Should we work with the ID or a slug? Maybe a slug. Let's work with a slug. Okay, so let's go with the post and type here slug equals to string. And then let's go back and just say that this is my first post on the slug. Cool. And if I go to my page.txt thing, I should be able to make a link. And let's actually do that. Let's type here, this is a link to that slug. Boo, boo, boo. By the way, chat, does any of you already tried Next.js? If yes, what do you think about Next.js in general? Is a good framework? Is a bad framework? It's something in the betweens? I don't know. I have very little experience with Next.js, to be really fair with you. Okay, in the sense that I use very little Next.js in my career. I have tried 4 years ago, and that was it. This is my first time ever since 4 years ago. A lot of people are saying, why are you not using the link thing? Dude, how I am supposed to know that there is a link thing? Jesus Christ, Chad. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, man. I'm literally trying this for a while. Is this a link thing kind of new? Okay, so this is the link thing. Okay, relax, chat. So they created a component for a link. Let me get this straight. They created the component for a link. Oh, it's good for CEO. Okay. Whew. Okay. Whew. Okay, actually gives you something. Okay. Okay, chat, relax. I know. Relax, chat. All right, let's copy this. Let's go all the way top and import that link component. And then let's use the link component, chat. Okay, so I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna do this. What is the API again? Oh, okay, so this is good already. Do we need the key? I think we need the key for the loop. We can remove this, and I guess that's it. This should be good, right? Posts, baba bloops, baba boo, baboo. Okay, is this working? I guess we're about to find out. Yes, it's working. However, of course, it's kind of visiting a page that does not exist. So that's the next step. That's the next step. Someone is saying that the link does prefetching. Interesting. A la inertia. That's awesome. Hey, GT Smith, what's up? Nice to see you, man. Thank you so much for that welcome to the chat. Nice to see you, dude. So someone is saying that link has nice CEO parameters, but also is good for prefetching. It's kind of crazy because that prefetching story, we have that built in on inertia too, and it's actually quite nice. Oh, nice. I can just type prefetch true, and that will basically prefetch the thing. Nice. Will that prefetch on click, on over? How exactly that works? Prefetching enters when the user... Oh, on viewport. Oh, wow, that's crazy. So if I see the thing, we'll automatically just prefetch it. That's kind of crazy, chat. So I'm going to remove the prefetch, the prefetch thing. I don't want that anymore, okay? Cool. So we have that working. The next step, I think, is kind of make that route. That's the next step, chat. We are going to literally create a route for those slugs to see how those behave. By the way, chat, nice to see you all, a bunch of first comers to the live stream. So I'm gonna present myself. My name is Nuno Maduro, PHP and Laravel developer, also Laravel core team member, trying Next.js for the first time in 40 years. The last time I tried, I barely remember anything. And some things we have noticed is kind of the difference between, in packaging on the ecosystem. We see new things now on the ecosystem, things like Biome. In the past, I was using ESLint. I'm still using ESLint these days, to be honest. What else do we see? TurboPack, this is new for me. I haven't never seen this in my life. What else do we have? Tailwind CSS, I use this all the time. And I guess that's it. With a file-based router, which is something that, I'm not sure if I have used this in the past, but it's kind of easy to get started. Basically, you have this page, which obeys to the very first endpoint of your app. And if you want to create the nested routing, the only thing you have to do is create a new directory. So here I'm going to type posts. And let's make something really stupid at the moment. Let's basically go here and do my post, for example. So my post would be a folder too, right? At some point this has to be dynamic. So I'm going to type my post, and then I'm going to type page.tsx. Bam, bam, boom. And then I'm going to type export default function page. And the page will return just my post, stupidly simple. So if I do this, I do see that. So the next step is kind of adjust this stuff to be dynamic. If it's like Folio, it will be like this. ID or slug. If it works like Folio, I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's go to the documentation. So I'm using the app router, that's right. Let's go here to File Systems Conventions. Wait, do I want to go there? Maybe, perhaps. I don't know. We don't know. Create a nested route. Here we go. A nested route is a route composed of multiple URL segments. For example, slug. Here we go. And the route is composed with 3 segments. That thing, and then that thing, and then the slug thing. Okay, I think the question is, how exactly do I get the slug on the thing, right? Because if I have this, how exactly do I fetch the slug off the page? That's a real question, chat. That's the real question. Jonas, nice to see you, dude. How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Karim is saying the following. It prefetches on over by default when it's set to false. Interesting. Are you serious right now? Because that would be interesting. So if I go here, what you are saying is that this will already prefetch. That's what you are saying. Let me see. Unless this network tab is just awkward, I don't think that's true. Let me just close this shit, Jesus Christ. I may have to change to Chrome. Chrome is what I use for development locally. You know what I mean, chat? This is so annoying. I don't know what's happening. How do I close this? Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Oh, I think that's it. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to put this all the way up. For some reason, it's going all the way down. For reasons that I don't know how to explain. Oh, here we go. So now I'm going to close this. I'm going to refresh that. Close this again. It's definitely not doing anything on over. Maybe I need to type the prefetch false thing. I don't know. Let me go to documentation again, chat. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, let's type links. Link component. Let's search for over. Prefetching will never happen both on entering the viewport and over. But you can also put auto or null. Jesus Christ. So you can put auto, null, true or false. What kind of API is this? Oh my God. Come on, chat. So you can put auto, you can put null, you can put true, you can put false. Someone is saying that you should check 10 stack. Oh, that's not 10 stack. This is better T stack. Interesting. Okay. I may check that out. Yeah, indeed. All right, chat. I'm going to skip that over situation and kind of ignore it for a bit. Let's focus now on the slug situation. So it needs to be dynamic. How exactly do I fetch stuff? I need to fetch the slug. Basically here, I need to type const slug equals to. In here, I do need to grab the existing slug given on this folder. So let's search for that on the documentation. Let's go here into nested loyouts again. And see how exactly can I grab the slug. Oh, here we go. So to grab the slug, the only thing you have to do is await on the parameters which are given as the first argument of the page. Okay, so here we have parameters. Okay, let me just fix this. Here we go. Which are just nothing at all. Oh, it's literally the very one property of the parameter. Okay, cool. How about next? And that's it. It's full. It's typed already. How do I know what is inside? I don't know. Oh, I do have to do this all the time. That's annoying. Okay, well. Anyways, and then I type slug is the very first thing of the parameters. I cannot wait. Why is that? Oh, is that an async thing? It is. Okay, cool. All right, so that's cool. So here we'll display the slug. That's it. Oh, so let's just do this for now, I guess. Let's just, print that slug in. What's happening with my GitHub Copilot? It's just not working at the moment for some reason. Give me a moment, chat. Sometimes for Reasons that I don't know. GitHub Copilot just stops working. Give me a moment. I'm going to restart PHP Storm real quick. Oh, here we go. By the way, chat, if you just arrived, my name is Nuno Maduro, PHP and Laravel developer. Today, trying Next.js for the first time in 4 years. If you're enjoying this type of content, go all the way down and put like on this video if you can. This is my YouTube channel, by the way. Okay? This is my YouTube channel, in case you don't know. That beautiful YouTube channel. Now, no code review today. By the way, if you enjoy code reviews, you can go to my YouTube channel, speaking about that, and you can literally go there, and this is the first video you see. I did a little code review where I talk about actually Laravel Skeleton, if you want to see me reviewing a community Laravel Skeleton. Go there, put a like on the video if you enjoy it, okay? Okay. All right, do we have auto completion back? So here I want to just print out the slug. And that's it. So that's done. Why would Biome add comma at the end? That's annoying. Well, I guess I can live with that. So this should just, say basically the slug. Let's go back into our app. Let's close this crap. We do have a problem, I think, with the dev server. Okay, let's run it. And it's running now. And it is working. And if I click on this, I see my first post. Fuck yeah. It's actually working. Here we go. Here we go, chat. So nested URLs, not only you need to do nested folder, but if you want something dynamic, this is the way to go. Boop, boop, boop. Someone is saying, did you try to use TS noemit watch? Once you save, it will automatically compile and build. I have not tried to use that, no. So where do I use that? A next site to this, like in a different tab, like that? Oh, nice. What happens if I do this? Oh, not bad. Thank you so much for that command. Appreciate the help, chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you, 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 thank you. By the way, chat, how is your week going? It's Friday. We have the entire week ahead of us to try different technologies, exactly what I'm doing today, trying Next.js for the first time in 40 years, and kind of, easy peasy, to be honest. Easy to use. You got hired? Congratulations, dude. That's awesome, man. Congratulations, dude. You are going to kick some ass on that job, man. Good luck, man. Ever thought about trying Symfony? I have tried Symfony, probably 10 years ago. It's a PHP framework, so I don't think I will find anything different from the usual, to be fair with you. Okay, so we have the slug story. I guess the next step is, with the slug, find the post associated with that, and then fetch the content, okay? So we can go to this repositories class, and something we can do here is create a function with the name get post, and this will receive, let's make it get post by slug. This will receive a slug as a string, and the answer will be either a post or undefined. Should this be undefined or null? Because it feels to me that should be null. Let me know in the chat if you would use null or undefined here. So we fetch all of the posts from the function above, and then we try to find the one with the same slug. This is perfect. And this will return undefined. Interesting. What do you guys think? Undefined or null? Boop, 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 boop. Session CBK is saying you would use null. Okay. Well, the annoying thing about using null is that null is different from undefined, I think. So this will complain. Here we go. Exactly already complaining. Can I do this? I can. Well, never mind. All fixed. All good. I'm using this nice union thing, and it's working as expected. This nice OR thing. Okay. So that's good. I can just go back to my page and do the following beauty. I can type the following. Const post equals to get post by slug, give the slug, and I do get the slug. The nice slug. You know what I mean, chat? So here I don't have the slug, I get the post. What the heck I'm even thinking? Yeah, I get the post. The post has content and has a shirt in the title. So I guess what I will do here is the following. I'm going to do the following, okay, chat? If we don't have the post, we do post not found, do we have some sort of abort 404 like we do have in Laravel? Because this is exactly what I want to do. Abort with 404. I don't know if that's possible with Next.js. Let me know. Meanwhile, what I will do here is just type post not found. If we do have a post, I'm going to just display the post content and the post title, close the div, save it, bam, bam, boom, boom. So that's compiling. I can just go back to my Safari browser, recompile this, and I think it's working. Oh yeah, baby. It's literally working. Nice, 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 nice. Nice, 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 nice. Someone is saying use not found. Okay. Use not found. So let's try that one. So here, I'm going to just say not found. That's it. I guess we are going to find out. Let's type here, Nuno Nation not found test. Here we go. Beautiful shit. Exactly what I wanted. Thank you, thank you. Do you prefer Vue or React? I like both. They are very similar, to be fair. You know, I like both. How about you guys? Do you prefer Vue or React? Write on the chat. Write on the chat. Meanwhile, I have exciting news to you all. Do you know who is coming to the stream chat? Evan Yu from the Vue.js team, the creator of Vue, the creator of Void Zero, the creator of Vite, is coming to the channel on the 8th September. Okay? 8th September, Evan Yu, the creator of Vue.js, is coming to this channel. It will be awesome. I'm going to just prepare an amazing interview. We are going to be live streaming that, and it will be fantastic. He accepted the invitation, so it was awesome. Awesome to have Evan Yu here at my YouTube channel. Okay, so if you want to see that, go all the way down, subscribe my channel if you can. If you can. All right, chat, so that's done. What else do we want? This is looking good, I think. Do I want anything else, chat? I don't know. Let me think. I want to do a search. Well, I want to have a few more posts to begin. Should we have the posts here? I don't know. I'm going to create something here, really stupid, with a name. I'm going to go here and type maybe... I'm going to keep this as JSON. I guess it works, right? At least for now, for this POC. Maybe I want to have this... Wait, what? We now have like a pool thing? Where this is coming from? It's literally the first time I'm seeing this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Maluk is saying the following. The best practice is in Next is to have a separate server action from the client. So you should move the GXX to another component. Interesting. Oh, you made it, Diabel. Thank you, thank you. The pool, thank you, thank you. Oh, you can just type pool to write that stuff? Interesting. That's the first time I'm trying this stuff, man. Let's create a pool. What do I need to type? Ooh, I need to type the question. Did you subscribe to my YouTube channel? That's the question I'm going to make. These two answers, yes, and of course. Here we go. 1 minute duration. Here we go. First pool created by me. Thank you, Diabel. Literally teaching me stuff on Twitch. Okay, so let's create a few more posts to have that thing with a bunch of stuff. Let's type here. If Laravel is the best, here we go. This is summary of Laravel being the best, and this is the full content of why Laravel is the best. Perfect. Let's create the third one with the ID number 3. The slug will be use Next.js with Laravel. So 3 blog posts, okay? Beautiful. So we have that, meaning that if I go back to my list of posts, I should see them all. Here we go. Beautiful, chat. Beautiful. We need to have the Junie making some work here, okay? I'm going to push this stuff so we actually have something on GitHub. Oh my God, what's happening with my type today? Here we go. That's good. Let's just type this, git commit -m feed list of articles. Let's push this and let's ask Junie to make something a little bit more pretty, because that's not pretty at all. That's ugly ass. So let's go here and ask Junie to come to the play. Hi, Junie. Nice to see you. Can you please... No, you are an expert on design. Can you please make both page.txts very beautiful? Make it, how do I want this? Make it look like New York Times. Something, I don't know. Let me think a little bit. Any reason to commit .idea? No reason. You should not do that. No good. No good, commit that. gitignore.id. Okay, let's do that, chat. Thank you for spotting that mistake from me. Here we go, chat. It's done. Thank you. Boop, 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 boop. Harry Potter's newsletter. That's a good one. I'm going to use that one. Oh my God. Hats idea to git ignore. That's an excellent idea, man. Oh my God. Adrian, you should come live, man, honestly. Agent should come live here, man. Make it look like the Harry Potter newsletter style. Make it look like Harry Potter newspaper style. I think I'm going to leave it that way to see how Junie behaves. So we have everything committed. Worst case scenario, we just revert back and that's it. What's up, community? Welcome today to the live stream, by the way. If you just arrived, my name is Nuno Maduro, PHP and Laravel developer. I love what I do, and today we are trying Next.js for the first time in 4 years. You know, kind of an easy framework to get started, honestly. I'm super familiar with pretty much everything here. Looks easy peasy, lemon squeezy. If you enjoy this content, go all the way down, subscribe my YouTube channel, put like on this video. By the way, we also just published a new video on the channel, call it a little code review. So if you enjoy code reviews on my channel, go to this video, put a like on it, but also, here we go, have a comment with your opinion about it. I talk about actions, I talk about multiple things you may like. I appreciate all of the support so far, 180 likes on this video in just 8 hours, so I really appreciate that, okay? So let's go back to Junie to see what Junie is even doing. So Junie went to 2 pages, we have 2 actually. One within the app folder, here we go, root level, list all of the articles, and we have obviously the one that lists the nested article, page 2. And it's done. I hope it's a little bit fancy. Wait, that's it? No way. It cannot be just this. If it's just this, Junie, come on, man. Are you serious? Come on, Junie, please. Come on, Junie. No way, it's just this. Are you serious right now? What is this? What the heck have you even done? What the fuck is this shit? Verified by the Ministry of Content, approved by the Muggle Consumption? What is this? Like, he literally changed the... He literally just... What the actual fuck? Just stop. Junie, just stop right there, okay? I'm going to read reset argue, okay? Let's just go back. just go back. Okay. What the actual fuck? That was so bad as an outcome, Junie. Like, seriously. But please keep the content dynamic based on the post variable. Jesus Christ. Make it really dynamic, cool, very in-depth, you know, very cool stuff. Come on, Junie. That was so bad. Jesus Christ. Harry Potter goes invisible. That's a good point. That's a good point. Do you have Tailwind installed? I do, yeah. I mean, right there. Yeah, Tailwind installed, and if I go to the layout, it should be included. Yeah, it's just included by default on Next.js, I think. Yeah, my project with shorted links is live at the moment. Let me show you. It's called pyre.link. Here we go. Here we go, chat. If you guys want to use this. Oh, it's supposed to be live. Maybe it's not. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's working good. Yeah, I've also like built something for Laravel that uses file-based routing, call it Laravel Folio. And it's honestly super similar to this one. We have a layout thing too. We have like the page thing. Didn't actually toke off. In Laravel, people don't actually use this at all. So, you know, I like this. It's simple. It's cool to build simple projects, but it didn't actually toke off. Okay, let's give one more opportunity to Junie to actually style this stuff. Let's run npm run dev. And now we're talking. Now we're talking. Just 1,000 times better. Jesus Christ. Okay, we have a few things still to fix, but 1,000 times better. A client only can only be imported on a server-side component module. What is even this? What is client only? Wait, what? Huh? Oh, maybe he's using something he shouldn't? Let me see. Oh, this is client stuff. This is client stuff. Right. Which kind of leads to a point what I'm interested to explore too. Because, you know, if you use Next.js, all this HTML will be compiled on the back end. However, new date, this kind of stuff, it's front end only. What just happens if I do this? Like, you know, if I use this use client, I think it's at this level. What happens if I just do this? Just add that stuff. Will it just work now? It doesn't. Interesting. Okay, you guys will have to explain me this. Oh, it's at the top of the file? It's above the declaration? What do you mean, like here? It's the very top? Okay. Like here? Okay, let's try it now then. Oh my God, this is so good. Okay, I have a question. So I have a question, chat. Okay, I have a question, which is a very important question. So you guys are going to help me out. So if the HTML contains client code, we do need to add this use client. When exactly the HTML is actually parsed and rendered? Because This stuff is backend code. Like this get posts is backend code, effectively backend code. So like when does Next runs this stuff and then runs this on the front end? I would love to understand this. So if any of you have a simple explanation for this, I would love to see that. All right, the Daily Wizard, established in London. This is so good. Oh my God, I love to see this small animation. Kind of reminds me like back in the days, how simple the web used to be. You guys remember how simple the web used to be with these small animations all the way top? I love it. It looks amazing. I agree, man. Looks good. All right, so we have our first post. We have the Laravel is the best. I can just click on it, and then I get to see this. This is really cool, honestly. So all of the pages now on client side and not on server side anymore. All of the page. So what happens if this does a query, for example, to the backend? Because get post is now returning like an actual, I think we could simulate that with accessing the file system. So if I would import the file system, let's actually simulate that like super stupidly. Let's just type import fs from file system. Let's actually do something even more stupid than that. Let's just type here process cwd or whatever. Something really stupid like this. Const that equals to like this. And let's, for example, add that to the title of my first post. Okay. So this is backend code. What the fuck? Oh, okay. In this? Well, what are you complaining about? Oh, here we go. Okay. So this is backend code, right? This process thing is backend code. And my page is client code, which calls this, which is the backend thing. So what exactly will happen if I run this? Oh, there is an issue. Read the footer. What are you saying? The Daily Wizard, an unchained publication. Alex is saying the following. I think that Next sent a post request when you actually go to an endpoint and then runs the backend code and returns the okay. And React updated. Okay, gotcha. Use client tells Next.js to handle that component is rendering on the browser. The server provides the initial HTML for speed. The client browser then runs the JavaScript to make the page interactive. So then you can use the use state in all that React code, I assume. Okay, that's interesting. Well, the only question that I would have for you guys is what happens if one of the components is like a client component, but you need backend code? Do you have to use fetch or Axios? Like, for example, if you have your database, if you want to fetch stuff from the database, how exactly, what exactly that will happen? You would have to do a fetch or whatever? I don't know. I actually have an idea. let's just console log something here. Like if I type here, let's just remove that. Yeah, the console log will be like the best example. Okay, so let's go here, for example, and type console log get posts called. So if we see this console log happening on the dev server, that means that this code was called on the server. If we see this console log happening on the browser, meaning that this was also called on the browser. Okay? So let's make that test. So I run it, I'm gonna go back, and I see it on the backend. This is crazy. So when you type use client, the only thing that is actually being rendered on the browser is this stuff, the actual front-end code. However, all this stuff is backend still. That's so insane. So if I type here, console log, what's up? Will this be rendered on the backend? It was rendered on the backend. That's crazy. However, if I type inside of this, can I do this? What's up? But something. Where the hell this will be rendered? Oh, wait. Oh? Oh. Can I do this? VOD is not a... Oh my god, you are annoying. Can I do this? Hi, no, leave me alone. Thank you. You happy now? Almost. TypeScript is fun, but then when you would just want to do crazy stuff, it gets annoying. Here we go. Here we go. We're back. All right. So if I do this. Nice. So the return thing, this particular section is the one that gets rendered on the browser. So here we see the what's up. But wait, we also see this? Okay, now I'm so confused. So it gets literally executed twice, both on the back end and on the front end too. Okay. Is that expected? Like literally being executed on the back end and on the front end too? So I get that the component is rendered on the front end, but apparently it's also executed on the back end too. It's crazy though, right? I don't know. Anyways, we got the point, I guess. We got the point. So that's cool, man. What else do I want to explore a little bit with Next.js? So we have posts working. Using the link thing. Do I want to see the prefetch thing real quick? I think I want to see the prefetch story a little bit. Okay, so let's make these links prefetchable to see how they work. So I'm going to type here, prefetch true. So this will be fetched on viewport automatically, meaning that on visit will just be prefetched automatically already. Let me go here into this one's. Let me go to the documentation real quick. I want to do maybe the click one. Link component, prefetch. Oh, prefetching is only enabled in production. Okay, well, I Apparently we cannot even test it locally. Gotcha. We do have prefetch as well with inertia, which works quite well. What else do you guys think we should see about Next.js? There is anything like crazy? So obviously like the link thing was not bad with the prefetch stuff. The file routing is not bad either. Obviously server-side components and client-side components are cool too. There is anything else you think we should really see? Let me know in the chat. Write on the chat if you are an expert on Next.js and if there is anything you really think we should try it out. Yeah. Server actions. Okay, let's see that. Just by the way, I rarely get blown away by anything these days because I think I have seen it all, you know? Okay, let's see what is server actions. Yeah, this is, I mean, you know, with someone who have worked with inertia in Laravel, this, I mean, has a bunch of stuff that is literally super similar to that. You know, there is a bunch of conventions here that I've worked either on Next.js or different frameworks like file-based routing. You know, it's kind of popular not only on Next.js, but other frameworks too. On Laravel fully, we have that too. Link prefetching with inertia, we offer that too. What else? What else is crazy here? I don't know. I don't think I have seen anything so far that is much different from what I'm used to. That's why, you know, it's kind of difficult to get me blown away by anything really these days. But let's see. Let's see what is server actions, okay? So Next.js server actions to see what is that about. So let's type here server actions. Okay, is maybe this one? Don't tell me that the form server actions is literally the inertia form, because it does look like that, like initially. Okay. Let me try something. Would be kind of cool though if I could just make now. All right, I'm gonna try to infer what is server actions. Okay, would be kind of cool if I could just come here and do this. And now this thing right here wouldn't be called on the front end. Let's just make sure this is being called on the front end to begin with. Okay, I need to clean all this stuff. Here we go. Here we go. Let's type this. Okay, get posts call it. Would be kind of cool if I could just use server. You don't see that anymore. And it just blows up. All right, never mind. I may have to check what it is exactly. AcmeScript file has an error. If you are not allowed to define inline use server, annotated server actions in client components. To use server actions in a client component, you can either export them in a separate file with use server on top. Oh. I know, Adrian. But you know, you need to try stuff. Sometimes we need to try stuff to see how it goes. You know what I mean? So today we are trying Next.js, man, and that's it. You know, we need to stay with it. Of course, it's easier to stay with things you know already, but sometimes you have to try different things. Okay. Next.js use server. So server actions is the use server thing. Okay. So let's try to understand how to use this. So it's all the way top. So we were doing that wrong. So it would be right here. Oh my God, I called this TXX. That's why it was kind of failing. Okay, how about now? Oh, needs to be a sync. Okay. Oops, right here. Oh, I need to return a promise. Okay, so this will be, wait, what? Oh, right here. Promise of posts. All right, cool. So this is a server action now. I'm gonna move this folder to actions. I don't know if I have to do that, but I'm gonna do it. All right, cool. So this is now a server action, meaning that I need to go to this stuff and I need to await. And I need to go to, let's just type here async. And I need to go to this stuff and type await. All right, chat. Are we ready to see this in action or not? If this works, I mean, not bad, I must admit, right? If this works, of course. It's not even compiling, so that's not a good start. So we have an implicit any for some reason. Oh, I need to await too there. Okay, 1 second, chat. Here we go. How about now? You happy? Almost happy. Oh, this will return a promise too. That's right. Okay, you happy? Yes, he's happy. How about like my page? Not even compiling. Cool, that's awesome. Oh my God, what is this? What is happening here all the way down? Literally 400 max calls exceeded or whatever. Yeah, if we have time, we're going to try the streaming and the suspense, indeed. By the way, chat, if you just arrived, my name is Nuno Maduro, currently trying Next.js here on the live stream. I love everything I do within the PHP and Laravel ecosystem. If you enjoy this type of content, please subscribe my channel. And I'm streaming every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Go to my YouTube channel. I just published also a new YouTube video where I did review an application project for 20 minutes. So if you like code reviews, just go there. It's called I did a little code review with this awesome thumbnail, as you can see here. Here we go, a nice thumbnail that took me 2 hours to construct. So if you enjoy this type of stuff, go there and put a like on the video too. Okay, we do have this to fix, but let's see how it goes. Infinite DGTS though. You are calling get post in get post function. I am. Let's see. Oh wait, it was calling infinitely. Jesus Christ. So you are calling get post in get post function. Huh? What do you mean? So this is not an infinite loop for sure. How about here? What do you mean exactly? This looks good. Yeah, looks good. Like what the actual, you know. Okay, let's try to understand what's happening. So how do I debug this even? How do I even debug this shit? You cannot use a sync await inside a component. Use effect fixes it. Okay. All right, let's stop this. Oh, okay, this is a... Oh, okay, this is a client component. this one is a client component, meaning that I cannot use this. Therefore, I need to use the use effect, the React state, and all that crap. Jesus Christ. Oh, no. Oh, my God. I thought I was getting away with it. Okay. So we need the... Oh, my God. I was literally just, hoping we could get away with this. So I cannot do this directly. Am I right? I cannot do this directly. I literally need to do this and then do the use effect situation. Just remove the use client. I cannot do that because I'm using the date thing on the front end. I have this stuff. I have this stuff. I cannot remove the use client call. So what happens if I actually want to use client code, Exactly, I have to use the use effect. Don't use the date then. Yeah, sure. That would be a good one, Make the date a separate client component. Oh, that's smart, actually. All right, he is not saying bullshit. Actually, he is making a very good point. Let's actually do what he's saying. Let's create a date client component afterwards. Let's actually do that. That's actually super smart. Let's do that. Okay, so here we do posts equals to await get a post. Okay, so this will be the date situation. Okay, the date situation here will break. Okay, that's all right. So I'm going to run this. This will complain because we have that date thing, which is requires client stuff. Okay. Here we go. So that's client only code. And he was suggesting that we just have the other two as a separate components. Let's create, for example, a footer component. Okay. I don't know where I would put that thing, to be honest. Maybe like, I don't know. Let's create maybe a components folder. I'm not sure if that is like the convention on the GS people, but let's do that. Let's go here and type footer.txt thing. .php. No, maybe not. By the way, Shed, I appreciate you guys helping me out. That's really cool, by the way. Okay. Let's type here export default function footer. And this one will be the use client. This one will actually use client code. Okay. And then we do client shit. Here we go. And now we can literally import this footer thing. Okay, that's not bad. I mean, that's okay, I think. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, so we have this. Do we have any other date? Yeah, we do. So we have this one. What this one actually does. This literally just gives the current date. I guess that's it. Okay, so let's type here, new current date. I mean, this thing of client server side is not actually difficult to understand. It's actually okay. So, props to the Next.js team for making this a little bit easier for us. So let's make, I don't know, maybe this entire thing. Maybe just, no, this entire thing. Let's make this entire thing. So this will be just moved here. So again, use client, export default function, and we just do this inside. This goes away. And now we just type here current date. All right, we have this working now. That's the real question. That's the $1 million question. Let's see. Still complaining, so I'm wondering if I'm using invalid import. What do you mean? Which import is invalid at the moment? So this is no longer, maybe I'm using still a date somewhere. I'm not. Remove the use client at the top. It's done. What do you mean? I'm using it only here because there is like the date thing. Jesus Christ. The debug is not the best. I'm going to be honest with you. I would expect this to just point me to the problem itself, you know? Invalid import. Oh, the client component cannot be called from a server component. This is not even, I cannot do that either. You guys were saying that if I export that thing to a separate component, then it would work. But because this thing is a server component, I cannot use client components that way. So you guys were lying to me, Jesus Christ. What a waste of time. It's scammed, exactly. It literally got scammed on my live stream. There is some other shit going on. I agree with you. There's something happening here. How do I debug this? Like invalid import. That's it. The fuck? Ask Junie. That's a good point. That's a good point. Come on, Junie. Come on, Junie. We need you. We need you, Junie. Come on. Come play with us. We need you. All right, Junie. All right, Junie. Something weird is happening. You know? So what is the error again? Let me just commit this stuff first. I don't like Junie. Let me just whip it. I'm gonna just whip all this stuff first. Just whip it. Okay, just whip this stuff. So the source app page, the .txt is giving me the following error. Do you know why? So I'm going to ask. So basically this doesn't stop, like, it doesn't start doing, like, fixing the problem. I want to kind of understand why. Well, I can use date and server components, but I kind of want to have the local from the browser and everything, you know? All right, someone is coming with the name Brandon Connell, and he's saying the following. Client components can be passed through as the children and rendered in the server component. Just they cannot be called in a server component. Interesting. Someone is saying style.jsx is the problem. What do you mean, style.js? Oh, you mean this crap? That would be fun. That would be fun if it's that crap, dude. That would be fun. Oh my God. All right, everyone clap. Everyone clap to BR3AK. Congratulations, dude. You literally saved my ass on this live stream. Everyone was just trying to say that you need to call components and rendering them from whatever. It's just some weird shit. Now, we do have to talk about this shit. Why the fuck Next.js gives me this type of message instead of just literally point me to the right direction? Well, to be fair, it's literally telling me that the problem is this. Oh my God, I miss it. It's just right there. Style.jsx. Oh my God. Anyway, now it's working good. Oh my God. Here we go. Here we go, Shad. Jesus Christ. I mean, it was written on the third line. I know, dude. I'm sorry. This is looking good, though. Oh my God. Okay, cool. All right, let's just recap what happened here, okay? So all of this is server-side components. Every single thing is happening on the back end. Literally just like Laravel does, to be honest. Even the HTML is rendered on the back end. However, we do have some client components, which are these ones. And this stuff happens only and only on the client side, meaning that we are actually fetching the local from the user, which is something we really wanted to, including this stuff. This is happening on the actual browser. So eventually, if you want to use things like React use state or use effects or that kind of crap, it would come on client-side components, not the server-back ones, okay? And server-side ones. That's the prime use case for server actions, indeed. I'm impressed that Streamlabs converts style XX in the stream chat. Oh, really? It does? Can you type it again? I need to see it. Can you type it again, Diabel? I need to see it. What the fuck is style GXX? Oh yeah, just basically tries to just avoid it. Yeah. Someone is asking, do you still use you still need the use client? Well, I think I do, right? Because I want this code to be executed on the browser, you know? Even if it doesn't do anything like that we care at the moment. I feel like at some point I want stuff to be executed on the browser, like alerts, for example, you know? If I want to do a confirmation box or an alert or something with React, I want to be able to do that. And I think that's you know, that's how I can do it, basically. Okay. Anyway, chat, today this was a very fun live stream. I loved it, honestly. Trying Next.js for the first time in years. That was a good one. Do you guys see a potentially use case where you would integrate Next.js with Laravel? Because, you know, I mean, the app router, I mean, what does Next.js actually gives you? You know, probably like the link stuff, but you get that in inertia too. It's kind of difficult to find stuff that actually makes sense to, you know, use those two frameworks combined. I'm pretty sure there's stuff here that is possibly interesting to use within Laravel, like image optimization, font optimization, you know, this kind of stuff, which is important from the front end. Probably would be useful on Laravel, but I would have to check it out. And obviously, like the routing and everything probably is way more optimized for the front end stuff. So would have to check it out to see if there is any Laravel potential usage with Next.js, okay? By the way, chat, if you enjoyed today's content, please go all the way down to this YouTube video and put like on the video. Potentially, I'm going to create a YouTube video about this. I'm not really sure yet. So at the moment, this live stream will be private because of that. If eventually I don't create a YouTube video, we'll make this live stream public. If you enjoy my content, subscribe my channel. And I think that's it today. I'm going to rate someone as usual on Twitch. In case you don't know, on Twitch we can rate people, meaning send all our viewers to a different channel. So let's do that real quick and find someone who is streaming before we end this live stream, okay? Let's see who we have online. Maya again. I've been rated Maya for a couple of times already. Maybe we rate someone else. Let me see. Yeah, we have Maya and Daniel. I've been rating them a bunch. Daniel is working with PHP and Laravel, so probably is a good rate to do. Let's do that. Okay. All right, chat. I love you all, chat, and I catch you guys next Monday. Have a nice weekend. Love you all. Peace out. Boom.